This is the Dean Trailways fifth quarter.
Eye socket, hip pocket. Come on, Ken.
There's nothing like a Friday night. Nothing can compare.
Get upfield, get upfield.
I was a really young coach when Mike Smith kind of reached out to me at a 7-on-7, kind of put his arm around me and does what he always does, man. He's a big teddy bear guy that cares about people.
He will be missed, and he's one of those guys that you can't replace.
We are.
And these wrestlers are very good on defense. Don't catch the ball too well.
If you're a wrestler, you have to be kind of scrappy. So would you describe them as somewhat scrappy?
You know what? They're almost as scrappy as you are. Oh, big TV star. I tell people I know Audrey just so I can get free drinks around town. It's truly Americana. That's what this is.
He meant everything for this program. Everybody just wants to be Coach Smith. He's loved by everybody. He's one of the best coaches, people I know. We knew he's up there watching us. So we're just trying to win this one for him.
Fred, hello. I miss you. I miss you. I'm going to miss Audrey more.
You have no idea how much we're going to miss you, Mike Smith, and we can confidently say the rest of Mid-Michigan offers the same sentiment. The news of his passing at the age of 67 years old has sent shockwaves throughout the community today. And on this fifth quarter Friday, it's only right we open tonight's show by honoring a man who spent nearly 40 years roaming up and down the sidelines.
Yeah, he had a larger-than-life personality, and that resonated with just about every single person he met, which is what made him a great football coach, administrator, and more importantly, a mentor. He
really did love helping people, and his passion for grooming the minds of young people was infectious, just like his witty personality. Smith got his start in coaching in 1989 as the head football coach at Dansville before moving on to Holt in 1994. And did he ever turn the Rams into a powerhouse of a program? In his 14 seasons, 10 were winning seasons, and during that time, he led Holt to 5 league titles, 2 district titles, 2 regional crowns, and a state runner-up finish in 1995. From there, he served as an assistant at Olivet College in Grand Ledge, and in 2013 he made his way back to Eaton Rapids to serve as the Greyhounds head coach, where he yet again revived a program. Eaton Rapids had never been to the playoffs until he took over, and last but not least, the final stop in his Hall of Fame coaching career led him to Everett. When talking with one of Smith's former players today, he said legends never really die. They live on in us. And Nick, that statement holds true for so many current coaches in our area, as Mason's Gary Houghton told you earlier tonight.
Yeah, Coach Houghton told us a story about when he first started as head coach at Mason. The team wasn't doing too good, and Coach Smith spoke with Coach Houghton to tell him to just stay the course. You know what you're doing, you'll be fine. A special memory for the Bulldogs head coach. Well, now to their game, the visiting Fowlerville Gladiators looking to get some payback after Mason beat them 42-14 in the first meeting. The Bulldogs looking to have some deja vu in round 2. Already up 7-0 in the first quarter. Play action for Mason's Chance Strickland to a wide open as Alex Bushy brings it in to extend the Mason lead to 14-0. And just before the half, Strickland showing why he's known as Tricky Stricky. Carrying this one for 19 yards for another Mason touchdown. Then right after the half, they decide to give it to the freshman, A.J. Martell. He gets to the outside, and he is gone. An 80-yard touchdown run as Mason would go on to win it 38-13, and Coach Gary Houghton was pleased with how the Bulldogs battled in the rematch.
We knew we were going to get their best effort, and they're an outstanding team, and we weathered the storm at times, and we stepped up and made some plays, and I'm excited about this. It's always tough to beat the same team twice. To get a similar outcome from what we had earlier in the year, I'm pleased. We have some things we still need to work on. We have some things to fix, but we're excited about an opportunity to be in the district finals.
Well, staying in Division III, but making our way to DeWitt High School, the #1 ranked Panthers hosting Waverly, and Rob Zimmerman's crew was on the fast track to posting their second shutout in the last 2 weeks. Second quarter, check out this play from Kyler Mills. Tyler Holtz finds him in the corner. What a catch from Mills. Let's take a second look.
Yeah.
He bobbles it, regains control. That is some hand-eye coordination. The Panthers making defensive plays too. How about Nicholas Flegler with the interception and a nice return? That would set up Connor McKean and up the middle for 6 as DeWitt would get this one and win it 52-0. They'll advance to the district championship game to take on Mason next Friday night. Now the other co-champions of the CAAC Blue, they just so happen to get had some postseason fun finally tonight after being rewarded a first-round bye last Friday.
Yeah, second-ranked East Lansing welcomed Portage Central to town, and what's interesting about this matchup, Nick, is these two teams were originally supposed to open the year against one another on September 18th.
Wow.
You remember that, right?
Yeah, right by my birthday.
Prior to kickoff, the Trojans held a moment of silence to honor Mike Smith, and it didn't take them long, to get going offensively. Andrell Anthony fields the punt, picks up a couple of blocks, turns the corner, and nobody is catching the Michigan commit. Anthony takes it all the way to the hizzle. Later, the ball is back in the offense's hands, and Asher Gregory takes a handoff, picks up a nice chunk of yards, setting up the Trojans in a Portage territory. And you know what? Ambrose Wilson, he takes care of business. His Evan Sunderman wide open in the back of the end zone. An easy pitch and catch for the touchdown. Trojans win big, 49-6. Well, meanwhile, in Division I, the Grand Ledge and Holt communities entered their rematch from earlier in the year with very heavy hearts due to Smith's passing, and also took the time to honor him with a moment of silence prior to kickoff. The Comets wasted no time, though, as Andrew Konecki hauls in this ball for a 65-yard score on the first play of the game. I think they're ready for the playoffs. Well, later on, a kick return, Holt's Aiden Van Eckenbort shows off his speed as he dodges every defender in sight to give them the lead, and the Rams would carry that momentum for the rest of the game. That is what you call sweet revenge. Holt tops Grand Ledge 43-36, and it was an emotional win for Coach Chad Falk.
Going through everything with Coach Smith, playing against Grand Ledge, playoff game. We knew he was up there watching us, so we're just trying to win this one for him, and hoping that we could do something, make him proud of us.
He's watching with you, Chad. Well, Steve Kirsten's Williamston Hornets finally got to join in on the postseason festivities tonight as well. Owasso had to forfeit last week's opener, and the Hornets came out buzzing. They led 35-7 at the break, but their offense really couldn't get it going in the second half besides a few real tough runs like this one from Sullivan Sparks. He says, "I love the contact," and he flexes the muscles.
Strong man.
The Hornets line up in victory formation to kneel it down. Williamston advances to the district championship. 35-21 the final, and Kirsten said his group was ready to go tonight.
I think what happened was we didn't play a football game for 2 weeks, so we were hungry. I mean, in practice this week with beautiful weather, our kids just worked their butts off and, did an outstanding job of preparation, and I knew they'd come out, getting after kids, and they did. So it was a great start for us, and you know what? Give it to Lake Fenton. They made some plays and kind of kept themselves in the game, but we went conservative too, as we should, just win the game and get out of here.
Oh, they were ready. Yeah. Well, we've reached the point in the show where we need to take a quick TO. But when we return, what's on the docket, Nick?
We're just going to take a little tour around Division 5. And we'll start with the defending state champion Lansing Catholic Cougars. They just keep marching along in the postseason, one Alex Waters touchdown at a time. Stay with us. Welcome back. After putting up a dominant opening first round again on Friday night against Barron Springs, the defending 5-state champion Lansing Catholic Cougars really had no problem again tonight, right, Aud?
I mean, just to give you an idea of what kind of night it was for the Cougars, junior wide receiver Alex Waters had 109 receiving yards after the first quarter. These little dudes were all pumped up, and once you see these highlights against South Haven, you'll understand why. First quarter, Joey Baker lets it fly, and he hits Jake Maloney right in his breadbasket for the 56-yard touchdown. Then Baker once more on the prowl. He has his eyes on the prize. He's going to connect with Waters for the 18-yard TD, 14-0 Cougars. And the offense kept right on roaring into the second quarter. Baker to Waters once more. A 3-touchdown night for Joey B to go along with his 298 yards as Lansing Catholic rolls 49-14 the final. John Navarro's fourth-ranked Portland Raiders had to make the trek to West Grand Rapids Catholic for tonight's district semifinal game. Third quarter, the hometown Falcons down 14-7, but Tim Kloska powers his way in for 6. The PAT is good, all tied up at 14. Now, fourth quarter, still tied at 14. Catholic with the ball. Noah Arslowitz calls his own number, falls in just over the goal line. Falcons take the lead 21-14, but the Raiders would answer. Hayden Getchell, 16-yard run up the gut, and the game is now tied up at 21. Look at him go there. Momentum, huge momentum swing towards Portland. The Raiders, Trent Treweiler, we know how to say that name. Sweeps left, won't go down, keeps pumping his feet, and touchdown Portland. An 18-yard score. Portland advances 28-21. And we're not done hanging out on the west side of the state. 9th-ranked Olivet had a date with Kalamazoo Hackett, and the Eagles went to work early. Already up 7-zip. They take advantage of a Titan turnover. Clay Flower keeps the ball and follows his center Cam Webb into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown. Olivet goes up 14-0. With a little over 7 minutes left in the half. Now later in the second, it's Fowler again. He makes the handoff and keeps it himself, going in from the 2-yard line to put the Eagles up 21-zip. Fowler, you know, he would end the game with all 4 of the Eagles' touchdowns. Olivet ends Kalamazoo United seasons with a final score of 28-14. Nick, what you got?
Well, on to the teams of Division 7, 2 CMAC foes, Bath and Lanesburg, looking to battle it up for the trip to the division championship game. And the Bees, they came out storming in this one. Gavin Perry gets the handoff, runs over a defender at the goal line to put Bath up 14-zip. Lanesburg would respond with a score, but man, this Perry kid is shifty. As one person in a Lanesburg sideline said, he moves to the defense like water. No one can stop him. He's getting going in as Bath tops Lanesburg 44-28, advancing to the district final for the first time in program history. And Fowler country, John Spicer and the Eagles welcomed Holton to town, and I think he's going to be pretty happy going to bed tonight because fast forwarding to the third quarter, Fowler already up 33-6, giving it to Damian Miller. Look at him go. Nothing but open field in front of him. He takes it to the house for the touchdown. Now staying with Fowler, you got to check out this play because Peyton Pollock, he had a spin and a dive, and he gets in for the touchdown as Fowler wins this one big, 54-6. All right, we're far from done to talking about football here in the fourth quarter, of course.
The fifth quarter.
That one.
We need to take one more quick water break, but when we return, Michigan State's quarterback Rocky Lombardi is going to tell you how he's feeling ahead at tomorrow's date with Iowa. Stay with us. Well, welcome back. It's the definition of a homecoming for the junior quarterback, Rocky Lombardi, we should say. He's flying high, headed into Michigan State's game with Iowa tomorrow at high noon. He's thrown for 600 yards in just 2 games, and on top of that, Nick, his mama's going to be in the house to watch him.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, it's going to be a real homecoming of sorts. The junior QB is coming off a season-changing road win against Michigan. Confidence is soaring in the Spartan locker room, and Lombardi is more than ready for a rare chance to play in front of his family.
My mom doesn't get to come to a lot of games because she, you know, I got 4 other siblings that are all busy, all involved in sports. My sisters are in state volleyball this week, and they've been in state volleyball for every year that I've been in college. So she's been very busy. So it'll be nice to have her, you know, come to the game, and my sisters get to come see me play. Well, it doesn't really happen that often, so it'll be emotional for me. And yeah, I mean, this is a real homecoming for me. I've had this game circled since I committed here junior high school.
Yep, that game is going to be taking place at high noon, as we mentioned. We'll have the highlights and the reaction tomorrow. You'll be at the desk?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Good night. Thank you for joining us.